What up, YouTube? It's your boy Carter TV. I know it's been a minute. Your boy been caught up with work. Work just been draining me right now. Right now, I'm focused on making my big move. Planning on moving down south soon. But anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. I got a nice little story for y'all. Right? Nice little story. It's about this kid who classmates killed him. This kid in the fifth grade, right? Fifth grade kid. He went to an elementary school, fifth grade kid, and he was the most annoying, baddest kid you could ever meet. Boy was annoying. He was a bully. And he also came from a fucked up background, which didn't make the situation any motherfucking better. It didn't make the situation any motherfucking better. You know what I'm saying? So he came from a fucked up background, and at home was trouble. At school was worse because he had a learning disorder, and he felt like he was trying to progress in his learning. Kids would make fun of him. So that's when he turned to bullying. So when he be at school, right, the teacher asked him to read. She would encourage him to read and everything. She would encourage him. You want to read, you know, this will help you get better and work on things. You know, the teacher was very kind and sweet, like Miss Honey and Matilda. She was one of those type of teachers. And she just happened to have a student who's going through some tough changes in his life. You know what I'm saying? So she would encourage him to read. She would encourage him to do his math work. She was a big encouragement in his life, but it's just that he didn't know how to accept it because at home, he didn't get encouragement. He got, you know, he got talked down to at home. You a worthless piece of nothing by his mother. Father didn't really give a fuck. He had two siblings. His older sister, she cared for him, and she started to understand him a little more better. And he was the baby of the three. He had an older sister and an older brother. Older brother bullied him. You know what I'm saying? The mother talked down on him. Father didn't give a fuck, and when he got drunk, he beat on him, using him as a punching bag. The only one who really cared for him is his sister. So in school, he would act the fuck out. You know what I mean? If he got beat up at home, he went to school the next day and he beat the shit out of somebody. And that was like a routine for him. It was a way of him expressing, right? So the teacher would encourage him, hey, you know, you should read this passage, you should do this, you should do that. And he'd just be like, nah, I'm good. You know, he'd try to be a cool kid. And he'll try to be a cool kid and shit. And the kids would just make little snickery jokes. He can't read. He's too embarrassed. And there's one girl in his class particularly he liked. You know, he would always try to show off in front of her. And when she seen that he was bullying, that's when he like would walk away because he didn't want her to see that side of him. You know what I'm saying? So she would try. She was like the only girl in the class that would talk to him. And whenever he was having a hard time, kids would make fun of him. And then when no kids was around, she would talk to him. You know, it's okay. You can always just ask for help if anything, and this and that and the third. And you know, with her, he would like calm down and he would be more civil. He would talk to her on a talking level. So when it came to math work, he wasn't really too good with numbers. The only subject he really liked was science. That's the only subject he really liked. That's the subject he was looking forward to doing because he's doing an experiment, he's learning something new. It's something that gravitated towards him was science. You know what I'm saying? So science was his go-to subject. Number one subject was science. He terrorized the kids when they bullied him. Any kid that made fun of him, he would remember who they was. He would look at them, and he wouldn't say nothing in class. But recess, beat the shit out of a kid. After school, he beat the shit out of a little girl. Motherfucker didn't give a fuck. He was bad. And one particular day, right, his was going on for like a few months and shit at his house where he was getting bullied at home and he was also bullying kids at school type shit. So a lot was going on for this guy. Who the fuck is this? Anyway, so he would take his thing at home. So this one particular week, right, it changed, right? He was beating up on the kids and the kids got tired of it. They would have these little sessions where they would talk about what they would do to him. And the girl that he liked was a part of the group. Right? She was a part of the group and everything. And one of them peeped at how whenever she was around, he would be calm. He would actually give her a whole conversation. So one of the kids in there peeped that, and it's the one kid that liked her too. So what he decided was, we should use this young lady, we should use Shorty to get to him, make him vulnerable, and then we're gonna get him. Now the whole plan was just to humiliate the kid so he could stop, bullying people. That was the whole plan. The plan ended up switching, and I'm gonna tell you why. So this particular week at school, right? They had it planned for Friday to get him. They planned to humiliate him and everything, right? The girl was all for it because she didn't want to be disowned by her classmates. So she was with it. She was like, I'm gonna do it. And in her mind, she just didn't want to be disowned. She didn't want to be that kid that nobody talked to in class. So she was with it, all right? So this particular week, he did not show up Monday for school. He got really beat up bad by his mom and his dad. They jumped him at home. So he was on bed rest for like the whole day. Black eye, bruised arms, broken ribs. So he came to school, right? Literally the next day. His parents sent him to school literally the next day. One of the teachers noticed his bruises, pulled him to the side, and was asking him about it. He was just like, I fell, He lied, right? He went on a day, right? He didn't say nothing to none of the kids. He was quiet. Tuesday, he was quiet all day. Right? Didn't say nothing, didn't bully. He didn't really pay attention in class. When it came to his favorite subject, he didn't say nothing. He didn't participate. And the teacher was very shocked. So following Wednesday, same shit. He was to himself. He was quiet. He didn't speak to nobody. He didn't eat in the cafeteria. The kids started to look like, why he not bothering nobody? He went to get his lunch, and then he didn't eat in the cafeteria. Thursday came about. His wounds started to heal, so he started to feel a little bit more better, right? Friday came, the kids was like, he didn't bother us all week. I don't think we should do this, right? So they didn't go through the plan on the fact that because they knew that something was wrong with him. But one of them didn't care. He's like, I still want to do it. Friday, he left school early, so they didn't get him. Right? Monday rolled around. The kid was back to normal. He's about 60% recovered. He could move a little bit more. And his mom was on revenge, but it wasn't for the classmates. It was for his parents. So with that being said, ACS was called on his parents because of his bruising. So that week while he was in school, ACS was visiting their house. And they was also visiting in school, and they was checking him out. Right? They was checking him out. He went back to bullying. But this particular week, right? This particular week is what made the kids be like, no, we got to get him. So Monday came, he was back to his normal self. The teacher went over to him, and he just suddenly fell asleep, like if he was just like tired. So when the teacher went to go wake him, she kind of startled him, and he popped up, and he rocked her shit. Boom! Like his hand went back, Boom! And he rocked her shit. Boom! Crunched her. And the teacher fell back. Was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I startled you. So the kid was like, wait, hey, he hit the teacher. Ooh, he hit the teacher. So when he did that, he reached out her hand and tried to apologize. And the other kid that didn't like him slapped his hand away. Don't touch her. He immediately punched him dead in his jibs. Boom. Immediately. Punched him right in his motherfucking jibs. Boom. So she instantly got up, was like, hey, stop. It was an accident. I kind of startled him. It's okay. She noticed more bruises on him. She was like, hey, your arm. He was like, get the fuck off me. And then he swung back again, slapping her hand away. And then he pushed her. Boom. She fell into some chairs, sprayed her ankle, and hurt her neck. So the kids was like, oh my God. She hurt her neck. The ambulance had to come. The kid left the school, right? The kid, they all tried to say it was him. But the teacher said it wasn't me. I tripped over the boys fighting. So, tripped over him. He came back to school Wednesday. That Wednesday, he came back to school. He didn't go Tuesday. He came back that Wednesday. Came back to school Wednesday. They got a substitute teacher. Substitute teacher heard about his behavior and was already judging him. And he just ignored the substitute teacher. It was a guy. He ignored him. He told him to eat a dick. Right? The teacher was like, oh, your foul language, that's detention. You want to join me, motherfucking detention? So the kids was like, ooh. Oh, they was like he on a different type of time in there because he hurt the teacher that liked him. So he felt some type of way. He just didn't know how to express it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know how to express. He didn't know how to say I was sorry. So the girl that he liked saw him sitting by himself, went over to him during recess, was like, hey, are you all right? And he was just like, why are you talking to me? I thought you was part of the kids that didn't like me, this and that and the third. She's like, that's not true. I think you're a real, cool person. It's just that sometimes I don't think you know how to express your feelings. Like, it's okay to say I'm sorry when you did wrong. So she's basically teaching him that those next 2 days he was with her during recess. And the kids noticed it. So when Friday came about, they found out he hurt the teacher real bad and they wasn't going for it. So what she did was she lured him to an abandoned building, right? Lured him to an abandoned building, got him there. All the kids was there. They popped out and they started attacking him once he got in there. So he had managed to escape. He couldn't run home because home wasn't going to help him. So he ends up running towards the school. She sees him running towards the school. He's like, and another kid sees him. She was like, there he is, there he is. He's running towards the school. So he ends up running towards the school. He gets in there and he hides. And he hides in the gym. Goes in the gym, hides. The girl was trying to talk to him, was like, listen, I can get you out of here. Come on. I can get you out of here. So he believed her. She lied, got him out his hiding space because the kids couldn't find him. And she knew exactly where he was. And then when the other kids showed up, she act like she found him. In all reality, she was trying to get him out. So he looked at her. He's like, you bitch, you lied to me. She was like, no. Then he punched her on her face. Boom. Like knocked her down. Then grabbed her by her ponytail, twirled it around, and started literally going to work on her face. You lied to me, you stupid bitch. So in the midst of all of that, other kids started to rush him, right? So he saw a hockey stick, picked it up, and started swinging it. Oh, wow. And as he's swinging it, he's crying. Leave me the fuck alone. You guys been messing with me all year. Just when I wanted peace for myself, you still bothering me? He's crying. So the one kid who's like the leader of the group was just like, we're not hearing that sob story. We know you're poor. We know your parents don't give a fuck about you. We're just gonna end your existence. Right? The girl that got beat up, she's like, guys, I don't think we should do this. And then her friend was like, oh, girl, he just beat you in your face. Now you think we shouldn't do this? He just beat you in your face. And he was like, it's an accident. He was upset. He think I betrayed him. And the homegirl was like, you did. You lead us here. And when he heard that, he went straight for her. So what happens next is one kid grabbed another hockey stick and tripped him. So the rest of the other kids just picked up sticks and started whamming on him, beating on him. They beat him until he stopped moving. Left him there dead in that classroom, in that gymnasium. And they was like, we wasn't supposed to beat him up. We were supposed to humiliate him. He's not moving. He's not breathing. He bled out and died right in that gym floor. Right? To be continued. Dropping the next part tomorrow. It's your boy, Carter TV, and I'm out.